So, good day and welcome to the Str8up channel, the Str8up TV program. My name's Grantley, and my guest today is somebody who I've known for a number of years. I am, I'm that kind of guy, really. I know quite a lot of people, and I don't kind of just know them on the peripherals. I know them because we spent a lot of time together in this UK gospel industry. So I kind of talk to people a lot, make calls, and generally inquire how they are. So this guest of mine today on the program is a very special young lady. She has won quite a lot of awards over the years, quite a lot. And I think I should share some of them with you. She's a Mobile Award winner. She has done a number of TV appearances. She has worked with people like Kylie Minogue, Adele, Mary J. Blige. Um, like I said, she's a Mobile Award winner. But a few years ago, I think it must have been about a year or two ago, she also did some work that enabled her to be awarded the MBE. Who am I talking about? Still not going to tell you yet. She has just released a 5-track EP. 4 of the tracks are new. One of the tracks are a track that she penned some time ago and decided to add it to this EP. The EP is a little bit different for her in the sense that most of it is dance. It's like a dance EP. So I want you to welcome with me. My guest is Lurine Cato MBE. Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
Very good.
Excellent. Now, a lot of people, you've been very busy with this EP called Dance, right? You've been doing a lot of interviews and you've been getting around,
Yeah. Yeah.
and rightly
Definitely.
so, because that's what one does when one releases a body of work. You've got to work it.
Mm.
If it wasn't for the pandemic, I guess you'd be all over the place touring and doing live performances here and
Oh
there. I know
yeah.
you've got
Yeah.
I know you've got a few lined up. Some of them I can't even attend because they're private gigs and stuff. But I know you've got one with John Fisher coming up on the 18th of April. Little plug there, John. Uh, that's going to be a doozy. I wish I could get along to that in
Oh, you need to
Brixton,
come to that.
London.
How? How come you're
I
not coming?
know. Well, I don't. I kind of live on the outskirts where God lives,
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
he's
yeah.
he's he's giving me a chore. He's giving me a chore. But yeah, I did want to touch base with you, Lorraine, because you've been doing what you've been doing for a number of years, and you haven't been sitting around twiddling your thumbs. I want our viewers today to get a good insight into who this person is that's picked up this MBE and has done a number of things. Look, let's start from the beginning. Tell us where you were born. I know you're a North London girl. Tell us where you were born. How many sisters, brothers, mum, dad, all that sort of stuff. Where you went to school. Give us a good insight to begin with.
So I come from a family of 11,
Yes,
and mum and dad
11.
makes 13. Yeah, there's 6 brothers, 4 sisters.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, we the people used to call us like the Cosby Show family because we always entertained. We always started doing some plays and musicals and singing and all that kind of thing. So, we were like that, very much like that. And I was brought up in Kojic, Calvary Church of God in Christ,
Okay.
which is a massive organization, mainly massive in America. You will find that, the Clark sisters came from there, and Mary and Kurt Carr, the Kurt Carr singers, so many, Hawkins, Andre Crouch, all that kind of thing, and so we were part of the branch in Tottenham, Northumberland Park. So that's where I was always singing as a little girl. They used to put me on the table and chairs because I had this big voice, but I was tiny. And I used to hate going on the tables and chairs, but
Why? Why
they
did
used
you hate it so much?
I just thought, we can't see her, we can't see her. And They just put me on the tape so they can see me, and there's me with this mic. You know, at the age of 8, I was in like singing competitions, and age of 9 and things like that. I used to do like jingles with my sisters for like BBC Radio, Radio 1, and all that kind of thing. We used to do jingles for them, and that was fun times. And then at the age of 13, I was approached by a major record company to be signed.
Yeah.
And I turned it down because I wanted to get baptized. And I didn't want to. My thing was, I don't want to go to hell. You know,
You were told
that's
if
how
you don't
people.
get baptized, you're going to go to hell, young lady.
Yeah, go to hell. So it was like, I decided to turn it down and get baptized instead. And I used to see a lot of young pop stars that, they become famous very, very young. And then they always ended up in rehab. And I just thought to myself, well, I don't want that. So
Yeah.
I pulled out of that. But as time went on, we left that church and went to another church. And as time went on, I mean, I grew to love the Lord even more. But from the age of 13 onwards, I was groomed and then eventually molested for years.
Yeah.
And, more than one person did it to me. I was either sexually harassed at work, and also just little things used to happen, while this particular person was molesting me, and it continued sexual abuse until I was 21. And then I fell into relationships where they were controlled how I dressed, controlled when I would laugh, controlled just like not wanting me to be around my family, my friends, and all of that. And then I went into another relationship where I thought, oh my gosh, this could be actually the love of my life. And they acted like the male version of me. And it was like, oh my gosh. And I knew them for years. And we all of a sudden got together. And eventually I went through domestic violence with that person. I was raped repeatedly. I was verbally abused. I was emotionally abused. Just so many things happened. And once again, they would take me away from my family, make sure, make me believe things, even made me believe that I was stupid, that I was dumb, but yet I was making more money than them. It was mad. And during that time, even before that, I was doing backing singing for the stars. I was doing backing singing for Mary J. Blige and Kylie Minogue world tours. I'm on Adele's first album. I was doing so many tours with different stars, different celebrities, just doing so much of that.
It
But I
must
was
have
a
been
broken
it must have been
woman.
so hard for you, Lorraine, because I mean, you can talk about it now with a certain amount of ease, I
Mm,
sense. But what you must have been going through at the time must have been like sheer hell. You're a mother, you've got 2 children, you've got a son and
yeah.
a daughter. Um, as a mother of a daughter, um, it must be, the experience that you went through is something that you won't wish on anybody. How has it affected the relationship with your daughter? What kind of things do you say to her
Well, I spoke to both my daughter and son
and your son?
because
Yes.
I'm not leaving nothing. Do you know what I mean? I'm not leaving no
Yeah.
stone unturned when it comes to these kind of things, because there's predators out there and they are attracted to boy and girl. Do you know what I mean? And so I told my kids early. They knew about my situation, what I've been through early at an early age. I think I was telling them around when it was like 5, 6, or 7, something like that. I told them, and how to make sure no one touches them in certain places, and they're not supposed to. I was making it plain and showed them where they shouldn't touch and where they should, all these kind of things, and don't think that everybody's
Yeah.
gonna,
Yeah.
give you things because they want to do things with you and all. I made sure they knew. And if they went to somebody's house, um, a friend's house, I always would check them out first.
Yeah.
I'll say, did anyone do anything to you? Anyone?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Yeah.
You can tell me. I would actually say to them, if they said to you they will kill me and things like that, they can't kill me. I'm protected. Because you've got to be specific with these children. You have to just let them know, as we say as Jamaicans, wagwan. We have to let them know, you know,
I hear you.
what is out there. We
What
can't
is
just
out
leave
there?
it.
Yeah.
What is
And we can't,
out there?
and you know something, we can't take anything for granted. We can't just
Exactly.
think, yeah, their friends will tell them or whatever. As
Right.
parents, we've got to tell them everything. Some
Yeah.
people, some people
100%.
might think 5, 6, 7 is a bit too young to be going down that route with them. But no, it's important, right?
It's important.
It's important.
It's important.
And these are the things, okay, that have led to where you are now. As hard as it may sound, someone said to me the other day, it must have been really easy for Lurine to get an MBE because, at the time when she did, John Fisher, Moiwa, Marcia Dixon, there was a long list of people. And like I said, I kind of, I don't know you, but I know um, this much how hard you work. When you were doing the work with Be Positive, tell us about that because you won awards when you was with the choir, right?
Yeah, but if the charity stuff that I've done goes way back, from
Yeah.
when I did,
Take us back. Take us back.
you know, yeah. So when I was doing like a singing in prisons and all of that, I've sang in prisons and spoke in them, and then I raised money for Gangs Line, who help young people out of gangs and of the street. I put 42 men together, gospel singers, pop singers, soul singers, opera singers, and even presenters and rappers were in it to sing a song called Keep Fighting. And they went on BBC Radio, they went on London Live doing interviews, and we raised money for Gangs Line. And so we did that, and then I was an ambassador for the Children's Society. I did a campaign for them, and this is going way back, and there's so many other things. So going towards now the Be Positive Choir, which was put together by the Mobos and the NHS to get more Black and Asian people to give blood, because there was only 1% of blood given by the Blacks and Asians when we needed a lot more, because 1 pint of blood saves 3 lives. And so it helps people with with sickle cell. And if someone's going through an operation or accident, we need Black blood. Our body. It's as simple as that. And so they put the choir together, and they wanted
We
me to
need
be.
black blood. We
We
need it.
need Black blood, man. We need Black blood. And so um yeah, so they put the choir together, which they asked me to be the lead singer of it, because
Yeah.
they needed someone that was experienced in, way to sing, the way I sing and all that. Because the choir was made up of people that have sickle cell, people that have loved ones with sickle cell, and some of them were singers of their own right as well. So we had to vocal train the choir, get them ready for shows. And yeah, we sang on the Mobos in Leeds on TV, and then after that was Britain's Got Talent.
Wow. You've done your fair share of TV over the years. You've done your
Yeah.
fair share of TV. What would you say has probably been one of your most memorable moments when it comes to TV? You've never done a Royal Command performance yet. Yeah, that's yet to come, I think.
Well,
Or a
Royal Command performance. What do you mean by
performance
that?
like at the London Palladium with Her Majesty the Queen in the box saying "Go Lurine."
Oh, I haven't done. I've actually sang in front of the Queen at London Palladium. I've
You
done that.
did.
Yeah,
Check that out.
but mind you, it wasn't as Lurine Cato. So let me make that clear. But we have done Commonwealth Day.
Yeah.
Commonwealth Day. We done at Westminster Abbey, and I sang the lead, and that was around the world on BBC One. And the Queen was there, Charles was there, Camilla, Meghan, Harry, William, Kate,
And this
everybody
is
was there.
and this was all before the MBE came about, right? This was long
This
before.
was before the MBE, yeah.
Okay.
So, and I've sang in front of the Queen. I've done Commonwealth Day twice now, and sang
Okay.
lead. Yeah,
Okay.
I've done that. I've done that twice.
I
But
could
yeah,
just
and
imagine, right? I could just imagine when they saw you like the second, third time. Look, there's Lorraine. Lorraine, how are you? We only saw you the other day.
well, I was also invited by Prince Harry to do one of his events at Hampton Court. At that particular event, they only had like Hollywood stars and actors and wealthy people to give money to one of the charities that's very close to his heart. That's Centerbell and Centerbell, and we sang there as well. We sang my songs, and I remember Tom Hardy. He put it on his Twitter. He goes, "This is just what we needed," you know, and
Oh
he put a
man,
picture of us. Um,
I do like. I am a Tom Hardy fan. I am a
yeah,
Tom
yeah,
Hardy
yeah,
fan. He's recently come back in on the new series of Pinky Blinders, and I'm like,
yeah.
yes, I do like Tom. So listen, on the day that you were told that you were getting this MBE, what was that like? Take us through when you first found out, and then when you had to go to the palace and receive. Tell us all about that.
Oh my gosh. So, in fact, let me tell you what happened the day before. The day before, I was literally moaning to God, crying to God about how hard doing what I do is. And as a single mother of two children, I was like, I can't do this anymore, God, it's too hard. Of course, at that time, we was in the heart of the pandemic, you know, that was 2020. And I was like crying, I was moaning, I was feeling so busted and disgusted, only to find out the next day, get an email that I've got an MBE. Just like, at first I thought it was you are considered. I didn't say that, but I was like, I am not reading. I
You're
just
not reading it
couldn't.
properly. You weren't
I
reading it
just couldn't
properly.
read it properly. I couldn't read everything. I was just like, am I in trouble?
You've been summoned by the Queen. She's come and
Right.
beat you up.
I was like, what is this? And then in fact, it was my manager that told me about the email, and she was, I don't know, at work or something, and she went, and this is how the voice note was, or the phone call. Lorraine, quickly, check your email, check your email. It was like mad. And then on the actual day, my son came with me, which was an amazing day. And my son came with me, and you know, as soon as we got to the door, I mean, they're letting you know everything that you need to do once you get in the room. Because we had Princess Royal, Princess Anne, give me the investiture and
Was you
medal of honor.
nervous? You must have been nervous, right?
I tell you when I got nervous was when I stepped into the room, and then you got someone in front of you telling you, when you turn to the right, and then you turn to the left, and you do this, and you're thinking, what are you saying?
I've got to curtsy.
The thing is,
Do I bow? Do
taught
I curtsy?
they showed us before, but it was when he told me that I've got to turn right, then left, then curtsy, then, and I'm thinking, I don't know what, because he's trying to talk low because she's already talking to someone else that's receiving theirs. And I can't hear what he's saying. And I'm just like, so he said turn right. And I think I turned left. He went, oh. He went, it's okay, just turn. And he's talking like that. You're like,
honestly, Lurine, it must have been like, what am I doing? What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing.
and then so
Oh.
anyway, even when I got to her to speak to, I thought it was just going to be a quick, get in there, out, But she was continuing the conversation, talking about what I've done, and talking about my music because I've got it for charity and music. So she was just talking to me about what I've done and what was it like, during the lockdown, doing these concerts online with nobody there. I said to her, it didn't make any difference because when I was little, I used to sing in front of no one in my bedroom, but really, I had about 15,000 people in front of me, so it was it was the norm.
It was good
So
practice. It was good
it
practice
was
back in
good
the day.
practice.
Yeah.
But I tell you what did stun me on that day, what did take me back and was like, what? Was when after we took like these pictures and
Yeah.
everything, they took me into this room. Now, when I saw the wall, because it looked like a wall, there was no door. All of a sudden, this wall opened, and they
It did
led
what? The wall opened.
the wall open. There was a handle on the wall. I didn't see a door. It was like a secret, you know,
Secret
and they
compartment.
just opened it up. And there was this guy sitting down by the window, ready to do some interviews. But I was thinking to myself, I didn't see anybody else go into this room. And I didn't hear it, but my son heard it when the man said, this is going to go everywhere. Because I was just still blown away by everything. So there I was sitting down, talking, answering all the questions, and he's doing shorthand. I'm like, this is deep. Guy's doing shorthand. This is deep. And
That's
he's answering all my questions, putting it down on paper. And then they take me somewhere else, and I'm taking some secret pictures somewhere with these two photographers. And I was like, what's going on? Next thing I know, it's in the Evening Standard. It's on the royal family put it on their Twitter about me. They put it
wow.
on their Instagram. They put it on their Facebook. It was in Vanity Fair magazine. It was in Afghanistan News online.
Yeah. So would I be right in saying that you got to keep did they give you some like pictures that these are for you? These pictures that we're gonna
Yeah,
some of the pictures.
they send you
Yeah, they
pictures. Yeah,
sent you
they
some
send you
pictures.
pictures. Yeah.
Okay, those are the ones that you have framed, and me and the Queen, the Queen and I, we go back a ways. So yeah, it must have been an experience, and I wanted to touch on that because some people think, well, Lorraine's just picked up on this MBE, and it must have been really easy. But no one has seen the work that you've done, even to this day,
Yeah.
Lorraine. You travel to Nottingham most weekends. What's all that about? What's that about?
Well, I do church on the streets um with a church. They have church on the streets, so it's not like the typical a little amp with a mic going, come on, bring the Lord Jesus, he's coming back. No, it's not like that. It's proper full-piece band, four-piece band with a proper PA. It sounds like Glastonbury. We're all dressed up. Sometimes we've got our sunglasses on, looking like, because we want to attract them,
Right.
in what we're doing, because it's pure evangelism on the streets. And people are getting touched. People have given their hearts to God. We had our first baptism last year, and
Wow.
most of them are the people that we met on the streets.
That sounds like proper church where not only do you get like you know, praise and worship, but also like you get the word delivered, right?
Yeah. That's the word. We do the preaching. We sometimes share testimonies. And when we do the songs, we go in, man. Like, I think that's where I sing my hardest, is when I sing out on the
When
streets,
you're
because I
ministering on the
really,
street.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
evangelism, man. And people are crying there. Like, we've seen people on the floor giving their hearts, and can't move, and oh, it's just been so. And then at the end, we give them jerk chicken and soup
All
and
right.
burgers and drinks, all for free.
Nice. And that's what it's really about. So when
Yeah,
so when
that's what Jesus was.
so now look, this, how should I put it? So now you know. So now you know what it takes, right? To be awarded some of these accolades. You know, it's not just about looking good, sounding good. You've actually got to put in the work, right? You've got to put the work in, and that's what you've been
Absolutely.
doing over plus 20 years.
Yeah.
I remember the first time I met you, Lurine, and I just feel led to share this. Um, my early days as a Christian, um, I don't know why, but I was visiting lots of different churches, and I went to a church where Pastor Junior Spence was. And am I going back a little bit?
You are going back.
What was the
Yes.
choir? What was the name of the choir that he headed up?
Visual ministries.
Visual Ministries. Back then they would record that. I got their album. They sent me their album.
Yeah.
Visual Ministries.
I wrote a couple on there.
I
Or I think
know.
I wrote one song on there, and I sing a couple on
Yeah.
there. Yeah.
But that's how far we go back, Lurine.
Gosh, I was like 21. I was in there from, yeah, I was 21 years old to 23.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, we go back a little bit. Okay,
we
so
go back a little bit.
we've gone full circle. We've gone full circle. This new EP that came out on the 25th of February. It's a bit of a doozy. I've got to tell you, when I play it, my you know, I'm tapping my feet and the head's going and everything. You know, I'm giving my best to keep up with the beat. But yeah, it is a dance EP. I'm loving it so much. I love all the tracks, power, dance, all of them. You put the producer of the EP is somebody that is not just a, you know, an ordinary producer. He's somebody that you can call friend. Ian
Yeah,
Copeland Green. How did you
yes.
meet Ian? Because I mean, you know, the relationship is strong, right? How did you
Yeah.
meet him?
I met him through Janine Levy, who used to be like A&R. She used to work for like Universal
I remember
um
Janine. I
and
remember her. Yeah, back in the
Integrity.
day.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So I think she wanted us to do something. I think it was something, some advert or something for TV. And she decided to get us both together to work on the track, the song in his
Right.
studio. And that was the first time we ever worked together. And I thought, I love this guy's music. That's when we first met.
Yeah. And Ian's a really nice guy, isn't he? He's a brilliant guy.
Yeah.
He knows his music. He knows his sound. He's got a Pacific sound. You know, different, lots of different sounds. But you know, you guys. Not only did you put together this EP, but you did another track with him as well. Trying to remember the track that you guys did together. Was it with the choir?
Um, with the men's choir,
Yeah.
Keep Fighting. We did that together.
Yeah.
And we did Power together.
Power. Power.
We did Wave It Away as
Wave
well.
it away. That was the one. I
Yeah,
remember,
we've done
right?
quite a few tracks.
I remember, I think it was 2019, you guys did Wave It Away for the Afro
Hair and
Hair and
Beauty.
Beauty.
Afro Hair and
Afro
Beauty.
Hair and
Yes,
Beauty. And tore
yes,
up the stage. Tore up the stage, Lurine. Absolutely, yeah. And I've still got one of my most prized possession photos. You and I at the Afro
Yes,
Hair and Beauty. Still got that
yes.
photo. But yeah, the new EP came out on the 25th of February. How's it going so far?
Oh, it's going pretty well. People are loving it. I think what's gonna make it even come out even more and is when I sing the songs more live.
Live.
Um, yeah, I think that is because they really do come alive at that time. But we are getting love, especially with when I sang it on TBN for Noel Robinson's show, Vox
Okay,
Collective.
cool. Uncle
There's a
Noel.
live version of that with a live band on
Yeah,
YouTube, and there's a song called Lamb of God, which I done with Ian as well. People are
lovely
loving
that.
that. So yeah,
And there
yeah.
was a collaboration you did with a famous UK rap artist. Tell us her name.
Oh, Tneek. Yeah, 'cause I've got two
Tneek.
versions of the
That's
song.
right.
Tneek she
She,
is something else, man.
she's a
That girl.
sweetheart, Tneek. I love her. I
Oh,
love her rapping.
she's a sweetheart, but she's fierce when it comes to doing that rapping, man. She
Yeah,
is
man.
her
She's good.
lyrics. So
Yeah.
yeah, she's on that. She's on another version of Lamb of
And
God.
out of all of the rappers that are out there, what made you choose her to collab with?
Because that's what I hear. I go with what I hear. If I hear there's a certain sound and certain tone that I need,
Yes.
that's how why I chose her. And yeah, she's in another song of mine release as well. There's just
Okay.
something about her tone just works.
Yeah. Brilliant, brilliant. So look, I want you guys to go out and get the EP. It's available now. What platforms, Lurine?
You could get the EP on iTunes, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, stream it on Spotify. Um, it's on YouTube. So yeah, just go ahead and download and stream.
Download
Download
and
and stream.
stream. Download and stream. No doubt it will be on the G Tracks platform pretty soon as well. Listen, no doubt, there is no restrictions now, so we can go ahead and start planning some concerts and things like that. Remember, you can catch Lurine. She will be at John Fisher's gig on the 18th of April. Um, and you're on with some really cool people like Pastor Daniels is
Yeah.
going to be part of the lineup. And there's a bunch of other people as well. IDMC, obviously. But yeah, that's going to
Yes.
be so. I'm so annoyed with myself that I can't actually be there, but it's going to be a good one. Anything else planned?
But there is something quite huge happening that I can't say yet. But
When it
later
hits the ground, it'll be running, won't it? And everyone will
listen,
know. Is it
by the
that
end
big?
of March, I'll be able to tell everybody what's going on.
And when and where and how will you make the announcement? Will it be your socials?
It definitely be in the socials, definitely by the end of March.
All right, so
Absolutely.
all right, so what should we be following?
So everyone can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and yeah, just hit me up. I always answer messages. I love meeting new people. So
Yeah,
please just yeah, and check me out on my website www.lurinecatomusic.com.
music.com. I'm always on it. I'm always on it because that's where the announcements are. Lurine, thank you so much. I really do
Thanks for having
appreciate you.
me.
And God knows who you are. You do so much for the kingdom. And I really do appreciate all of the things that you do. So thank you so much.
Thank you for
Thank you.
having me. Thank you for keep going. Thank you for never giving up, Lee.
Yeah, God is awesome. All right, so it's been a pleasure speaking to my guest today. Do stay tuned to the channel. And we've got some really great interviews lined up. So thank you for watching today. And I look forward to catching up with you real soon. Remember to like, follow, share, and subscribe. Take care.